So let's take a quick look at the Toyota Remote Connect application here. I've got it downloaded on my phone and connected through my account that I had to create on the Toyota website. So when we open it up, I have mine set up to open with the biometric thumbprint reader. And so when it finally opens, we'll see my truck and get some basic information on the vehicle. See how many miles are on the vehicle, distance to empty, how much gas you have, and whether your doors are locked or unlocked. This will actually show you where your car is currently parked and if any doors are unlocked at that time. It's like a snapshot. It's not live. So if somebody unlocks the door while you're looking, it's not going to show that. It'll show you the last trip that the truck was on, and it'll also give you the ability to schedule maintenance. Now, what is kind of nice about this is not just being able to remotely start your truck from anywhere, but these guest driver settings. That was something I wasn't aware was in there. So there's some valet settings and 4 other settings that you can set up. If you have a family member or friend that wants to borrow your vehicle, this is pretty nice. You can set a maximum speed limit, time limits, distance limits, and even area that the person can travel in and out of. Pretty sweet if you have a something that I wasn't aware was part of this package. So that's a really quick look at Toyota Connect. When you download the app, make sure you download the app called Toyota, not Toyota Connect. That is the older app. Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video about the Android Auto feature in the new 2020 Tundra. So you can see I've got the upgraded head unit here, and I just wanted to go through like what my experience has been with it. It hasn't been awesome. It's good, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. And I'll go through that with you here. So let me put the truck into accessory mode here real quick. So we'll just tap this twice. And you'll see everything's coming on here. I'm going to turn my fan off or down while the system boots up. But what I wanted to talk about is what exactly is Android Auto and how does it work in the 2020 Tundra. What I've been experiencing is just some inconsistencies. Sometimes it works one way and sometimes it works completely different. And I'm not sure exactly what the what I'm doing that's different, or if I'm doing something wrong, or just the system doesn't work. So we're all aware, hopefully, that you can use the search feature on your steering wheel here to say some commands into the phone, into the system that will let you do some searching for stuff. So typically you would say something like this. You would hit the button, find the closest Starbucks.
Showing results for Starbucks. Select the one you want. Say next page for more items.
So this is the truck's system here. I'm going to cancel back out of this. And that's what you get with the Toyota truck. You can search, you can make phone calls, you can tell it to call somebody, you can tell it to text somebody. I'm not sure how well that works. Let's give that a shot here. Text Ron Burgundy.
Same message to send to Ron Burgundy Mobile.
This is a test message.
Do you want to send this as a test message?
Yes.
Sending your message.
Okay, so I just did all that through the standard Toyota truck everything. So what's different about Android Auto? You see that I have my phone connected here through Bluetooth, and that's how everything's working currently. If I go into the menu system here and hit the menu button, you can see that right now this says projection. So what's going to happen is down here underneath, down by the shifter, there's 3 charging ports. This one that I'm plugged into, the far left, and then 2 ports just for charging. This port will charge your phone, but you have to have this plugged in for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay to work. So it's not wireless, it's not Bluetooth. You have to be plugged in for that to function. So I'm just going to take my phone here, and I'm not opening it up or doing anything. I've already downloaded the Android Auto app, and I've already connected it, my account, to the truck. So I've already done all that. So now I'm just going to plug the USB-C cable here into my phone, and you'll see here that this should change to Android Auto. And now that it's made that change, sorry, there's a little screen glare. Hopefully this is going to come out. Now that it's made that change, I can still be on the main screen. You can see that my music has changed to Android Auto, using my Spotify, my weather and navigation, all that's still the same. And everything through the truck should now use Google Assistant for searching, but it doesn't. So this is how it should work. So if I open up Android Auto, and I'm going to make sure the volume is turned all the way down on my head unit here, so we don't play any music or anything. You can see it just opens straight to my Google Maps off my phone. This is all coming straight from my phone now. So I've got my Google Maps, I've got my Spotify down here, so I can play, pause, go forward a track, back a track. All of that still works here on the steering wheel control too. So I can adjust my volume, forward, back a track. All that works fine. It's the search feature that doesn't work anymore. So what happens is if I search off the button on the steering wheel, sometimes it uses the truck navigation and sometimes it uses Google Assistant. And I cannot figure out why it works sometimes and why it doesn't work other times. So if anybody's got any clues on that, or if this is just a bug, maybe that's what's going on. So if I use Google Assistant now, find the closest Starbucks to me.
Showing results for Google Assistant. Find the closest Starbucks to me.
Okay, so that's pretty good. That worked pretty quick, a little bit quicker than the truck. And if I choose one of these here in the touchscreen, it'll show me some information about it. I can choose to navigate.
Head north toward West 73rd Avenue.
It just pops right up immediately. So it works fine, right? Let's just go into Spotify now. You see I've got my Spotify up. I can search in my Spotify, go through my entire playlist that's in here currently. Go back. So up in the top here, it's going to show your last used navigation, your 2 last used music players, and then let me get back to that screen. Jeez, it's touchscreen sensitive. And then your phone. Your phone's always going to be in this upper right-hand side. Then you're going to have your last 2 used music. So if I go in here and I listen to some music on right from the drive on my phone, and so I'm playing music here. Now if I go back to there, you'll see that now I have my Samsung music, my Spotify. It changes, right? So it's just your most frequently used. So this is going to be your frequently used navigation, 2 frequently used music or streaming, and then your phone is always up in the right-hand corner. We go back to the truck. So what's supposed to happen is now when I use this button on the steering wheel, it's supposed to use Google Assistant. Let's see if it works this time. Now it's going to work. Where's the closest
Have a good day. I'll be right here.
Okay. So it did use Google Assistant that time. Yesterday I used it, and it I was making a video yesterday and I didn't talk about a few things that I wanted to. And so I'll show you that footage now where it doesn't work. If I hit the truck talk button now, it should use Google to do my searching. Is there a Starbucks near me? And it's not. It's actually using the truck still.
Results for Starbucks. Select the one you want.
So you can see there's some inconsistencies here when it works and when it doesn't. So I'm not sure what the story is. What's nice is if I'm using, let's say Waze. A lot of people like to use Waze for their navigation. So I'm going to put Waze up. Now if I search, find the closest tamale house.
Okay, handing off to Waze.
Here are the search results for find the closest tamale house.
See, Waze thinks I'm in Texas. I mentioned this yesterday. I don't know why Waze thinks I'm in Texas, but I'm not. Thanks, Waze. Let's try again. See, now it's using the truck. So I just pressed this button here. Now it's using the truck. So it's totally inconsistent. I haven't done anything.
Please try again.
So the only thing I can think of is I came back to this screen instead of actually being in Android Auto. So let's try it now from here. Nope, still using the truck. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes it's the truck search feature, and sometimes it is Google Assistant. You just never know what you're going to get. So unless you specifically press into Android Auto and use this microphone search, you're always going to get Google Assistant here. So it's just pretty inconsistent. Let's see if Waze has figured out where I am yet. Let's search here. Where's the nearest tamale kitchen?
Okay, handing off to Waze.
Here are the search results for where's the nearest tamale kitchen.
Okay, now Waze knows I'm in Colorado. That's good, I guess. It just took it a minute. I'm pretty happy with it overall. I think the fact that you have to have the phone plugged in kind of sucks, but I don't know if all systems are that way, if it's just the Tundra. So maybe if somebody has some experience with that, they can let me know in the comments. And I'm not thrilled with how it sometimes works with the steering here selector works with the Toyota search feature, and then sometimes it's Google Assistant, depending on who knows what. What I do like about it, though, is all the music that I have on Spotify, all the music that's in my phone, it's easy to access. I do like that I can text and make phone calls using Google Assistant. That's pretty cool. The truck already has that, though, so I don't know if that's better or worse. I don't know. Let's try it again here. Text Ron Burgundy.
Text Ron Burgundy. Sure, what's the message?
Don't forget to bring beer tonight.
Here's your text to Ron Burgundy. Don't forget to bring beer tonight. Do you want to send it or change it?
Send it. Super inconsistent. So the best part about it, though, is when I'm using Android Auto, let's go back there, for my music. So let's go back to music. Let's go back to Spotify. So Spotify has everything in it that I have on Spotify. I downloaded my playlist. I showed you all that. But what is cool is that when I'm using my phone, I have access to everything on my phone, and it will play different file types. So I have AAC files, I have FLAC files, and I have MP3 files, and I have Windows Media files. So I have all these different files on here. So before, when I was just using a thumb drive plugged into the USB port, the head unit would only decode a couple of those file types. It would decode FLAC, it would decode MP3, but it had issues with AAC, it had issues with other file types. Some files, it just, I couldn't figure out if there were songs on my drive it would never play. And I was like, why is it not playing these songs? Well, it wasn't decoding them. Now all the decoding is happening in the phone, and it's just streaming to the head unit. So that's pretty nice. As you can see here, I can search by this is searching by music type. I thought there was a way to search by artist, and there we go. Tracks, artists, albums, playlists. So if I go into albums, I can find an album, and then from that album, I can play the whole album. I can have it be in the order it's in, or I can have it random. So that's pretty cool. I like that. But I really enjoy using it with Spotify. I just the playlist that I've made in Spotify, that just seems to work well for me. I prefer that. So in Spotify, I have my playlists. My this is one playlist. This is a queue. Recently played, my library. Here's all my playlists, songs, albums, artists, podcasts, everything from Spotify. So I guess the biggest issue I have with Android Auto is the inconsistency. I'm glad it lets me use Waze. I'm happy that it works. I just don't feel like I'm really getting, other than the music playback, anything other than what the truck already gives you with its ability to search and navigate as well. It sends text, it makes phone calls. Android Auto does all those same things, so it's just kind of redundant. For the most part, the music playback is the biggest thing for me, being able to play all those different file types, being able to create these playlists, and when I'm driving, just having access to that through the search function. I just really wish that this search feature and this search feature were consistent. That's my biggest gripe about it. If anybody has any other experience with it and would like to comment, that would be fantastic. I'd like to know if you find it useful, or if you are having the same issues that I'm having. I've only got 1,000 miles on the truck right now, and I plan on keeping this truck for a while. So I'm really happy with it for the most part, but I see a lot of people that are already taking these head units out. The JBL system that's in here, from what I understand, it's a nightmare to replace because of all the different amplifiers and speakers, and so a bunch of proprietary connections and whatnot. Let me know what you have done, if you've replaced your JBL head unit, what you did, what you liked. I really like the Alpine Halo 9 right now. That looks like a great unit. There's some other units that I'd be interested in looking into. That Phoenix unit that takes up the whole screen like a Tesla screen is pretty cool. I like that, but I don't plan on putting anything like that in here. That's a little too complicated, I think. Like the Dodge trucks have that giant screen that takes up the whole console. I like having hard controls here for my fan and seat heaters and all that kind of stuff. I don't need all that on a touchscreen. Some of that goes a little overboard. Other than that, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on the upgraded head unit if you have one, and what you maybe have done to improve this. Is there an update available? I'm not sure if this unit has any kind of updates available yet, but for right now, I'm enjoying the Sirius XM, the Spotify through my phone, all that. So the music stuff is really the key thing for it on me. I just wish the JBL system sounded a little better. It's really lacks a lot for what they charge for it, and supposedly being their premium audio option. I really feel like there's better stuff out there that they could have done, but whatever. Let me know what you think. So comments below, let's talk about it. Thank you, guys.